UvaldeRadio.net, your concert station. We are smack dab in the middle of an awesome Wiliam Clark Green mini concert, just kind of a big old set of WCG to get you ready for the big show this Saturday. That's going to be March 18th, wrapping up Frio River Music Fest, House Pasture, Con-Can. It is sure to be a blast of bringing out the big stage again, and it's going to be a fantastic opportunity to party right there at the end of spring break on the Frio by day and then House Pasture by night. And here to talk about it, and let's catch up, see what he's been up to, Mr. Wiliam Clark Green. Welcome.
Howdy, Robert. Thanks for always having me on.
Man, I appreciate you always checking in, man. We're always excited to have you back in Uvalde County and, of course, in Con-Can, where it is beautiful. Tell me how much you're looking forward to coming out to see us.
I absolutely love Con-Can. I think got a bunch of friends and a bunch of family members that are going to come down and enjoy the spring break weekend, and we're going to have a hoot.
Absolutely awesome, man. That's very cool. So from what I understand, in March, you're kind of doing now, you're bringing the full band out for the big show here, but you're kind of in the middle of kind of an acoustic tour. Are you doing kind of a solo thing, or is it a couple of guys, or give us some information about that?
Yeah, pretty much me, my guitar player, and my keys player.
Uh-huh.
And we're just having a blast. Now, acoustic shows is like, it's a good thing to kind of gear up for the rest of the year, try out some new songs, because with listening crowds that you have an acoustic shows, you kind of play newer songs and see what's working and what's not, and kind of get geared up for the full band show. So yeah, this Con-Can show will be one of the first full band shows that we're going to have this year. So we're looking forward to it.
Now, how much preparation? I mean, obviously the acoustic shows is a good warm up, but before you kind of get back for the big spring, dates, do you guys do a lot of rehearsing? What's that look like as far as getting the band back together and getting greased up?
Yeah, we're definitely got some rehearsals coming up. Right now, we've been rehearsing the acoustic tour. So, but yeah, it's going to be. We've had a couple months off, and so. Yeah, looking forward to getting back in the woodshed, and I got some new songs that we're going to be putting out. So, yeah, we're excited, man.
So you're still touring on Baker Hotel, which is a great record, and we're going to play the latest single, Anymore, here when we wrap up with you. But we've been kind of doing a little bit of different stuff off your catalog. It just occurred to me that you released a new Pandhandlers album with your buddies, and it's called Tough Country. Just came out like last week, right? Yeah,
it came out last week, and super proud of it, and it's a little different from the previous Pandhandlers record. More upbeat, more fun songs, and kind of more tongue-in-cheek. And so we really had a blast recording this record. I encourage everyone to go give it a listen, and we're pretty proud of it. So.
Now, for those who don't know, it's pretty much a Texas supergroup. Go ahead and give us the quick bio on the Pandhandlers, because it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so it's John Bauman, Cleto from Flatland Cavalry, Josh Abbott, and myself.
Wow, that's insane, that all that talent in one room, in one studio, or in one show. So now, if I'm not mistaken, the last record kind of had more of a Western kind of feel to it. I know you're an East Texas boy, if I'm not mistaken. So what is it that you bring to the table, and is it more centered this time around?
You could not be more right. The only people from West Texas in the group is Josh Abbott and Cleto. Josh is from Adelou. But I'm from East Texas, but I spent 7 years in Lubbock and really created my music career in Lubbock, and listening to the songwriters and being a part of that scene is really my home for music. And so I think that's why my contribution to the group is good, because, man, I really just know West Texas scene so well. And not only did I live in West Texas for those 7 years in Lubbock, but I lived outside of Abilene after college for about another 7 years. So I spent half of my life in West Texas. I feel like that's plenty enough to give me validity of this project, So
now a personal question I've got. I've spent most of my time here in Southwest Texas, or straight up in North Texas, so I'm not too familiar with, I guess, the nuances of the West Texas and East Texas. You've been around, you toured the whole state, and Texas is amazing because it's so big. It's like several states. What would you say, in your experience, are the major differences between, whether it's South, West, East, North, regionally with Texas?
I think East Texas, it's real hard to explain. It's real hard to explain, but there's good people everywhere. I think that East Texas gets a lot of traffic. I don't think many people go through West Texas, so you get this independence kind of. Lubbock's not a town that you pass through, but you pass through Tyler and Lindale and Longview on I-20 going anywhere east to west, So West Texas, especially Lubbock, is just kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I think that people kind of have their own identity there, and they also have their own kind of way of life and way of law. It's real interesting because they don't have very many outsiders coming in.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest difference between, especially a place like Lakey and places like that, there's not many people passing through towns like that because they're not really on their way to anything.
Right.
And so I think you get this kind of like culture that has been unbastardized. Does that make sense?
Right. No, absolutely, for sure.
It's like Austin is constantly changing, constantly evolving. San Antonio's constantly changing, constantly evolving. Houston's constantly changing, constantly evolving. And I just don't think you get those in towns that don't have these interstates going through the gut of them. And I think that's the biggest difference with a lot of West Texas and the difference between a lot of East Texas.
Well, again, we're talking to Wiliam Clark Green. The show is this Saturday night, House Pasture in Concan. Get your tickets either at housepasture.com or roadhousetickets.com. William's bringing the whole band, and obviously going to be featuring some tracks off the Baker Hotel album. Let's go to get back into what you've been up to. I know, give us a quick review of what the turn of the year was for. I know that it's probably been pretty slow. You said you had some time off. How was the holidays? Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Did you get some family time? How did that all go for you?
Well, I actually have a family this year, so me and my wife had our first kid.
Congratulations! That's awesome.
Back in July, and so I took 2 months off, January, February off this year, so it was really just sinking my teeth into that way of life, which I've never experienced before. I've always been on the road, so it's been really great. And, I think after the 2 months off, I think my wife was ready for me to go back on the road. So I think she and me both are enjoying being out, but now we're at the point where I'm spending so much time in Nashville writing for the new record, and I'm gone on the weekends. And so, me and my wife met over COVID, so she's not really too extremely familiar with the road life. So we're getting some things to get used to, but everything's going great. And just I had my son, and that's been an incredible experience. And man, I'm just really looking forward to doing my job well and getting home and seeing my family. That's kind of my new goal in life,
Yeah, well, I mean, considering that you're pretty much a newlywed still and a new father, how much do you think that's going to affect, pen and paper, writing the new songs?
Yeah, I think I've always written my life, and so I think my songs will change. Already the songs I'm writing in Nashville right now are more songs geared towards about my family, and so I think that you're going to get less breakup songs. God, I hope you get less breakup songs.
Right.
And more, songs that, like I said, every record's a chapter of my life, and so the next record will be about this chapter. So, and it will be really fun it's been really fun to write so far, and I'm excited to see what this chapter brings. So
obviously, like you said, you're heading to Nashville doing some songwriting. You got inspiration for new material. When can we look forward to getting a new full-length record or even just a new song?
No, every time I predict this, I'm wrong, but we're hoping to have some new music out by July, August.
Wow.
At least a single or so off the new album. So, between the Pandhandlers, Baker Hotel, and my new project, we just got a lot going on in our camp. So hopefully people enjoy the music that we're creating.
Hey, and I forgot to mention this about Pandhandlers, but are you guys going to be touring, or is that going to be more of like kind of a side thing?
We are trying to tour. It's just really difficult to do it with all of our schedules lined up, but we're just trying to find the correct month. Try to get 5 to 10 shows a year out of it. So, I think we're trying to plan on December right now. We'll see what happens, but it's really a mess trying to get all of our touring schedules. And between Josh Abbott, Bauman, and then Cleto with Flatland, I mean, it is just getting all of us on the same page is really difficult. But we try to make it happen. We try to make it happen a few times a year. Hopefully we get down to Concan and do a show down there. So maybe Harper will have us one day.
That would be fantastic. And again, man, I mean, that is a super group, and you guys are all kind of on fire these days, too. So that'll definitely be hard to coordinate, but we hope it does come into fruition. Again, Wiliam Clark Green on the phone. The show is Saturday night, House Pasture, Concan. It's going to be a great time. And, like I said, you're kicking off some of the full band shows here in Concan. But here's a show that I saw that is of note. Cotton Fest is your festival, right? And you've got Kinfo and Kevin Fowler and Shenandoah. That's a kind of a cool addition there. And if I'm not mistaken, it's on 420. Is 420 kind of your thing, if you know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. I'm sure there will be plenty of people that will partake and enjoy. It was just the date we had to get, and we're really excited about the lineup. I think this is Fowler's first Cotton Fest. I'm a huge fan of Kinfo. I think they're just phenomenal band. I got the pleasure of playing with them, and Corpus Christi was just blown away by how good they were. So I'm excited to see all my Lubbock friends. I'll see those guys. I think they're going to do a great job. And also Shenandoah, a huge fan. So we're excited about the lineup, excited for the charity aspect of Cotton Fest and getting that community together. And it's really just a celebration of music and cotton production up in Lubbock. So we're excited to host it and provide that for the community. It's been a really cool deal.
Now, you must have a great team behind you to help put this together, because you're a busy guy and a new family man. What kind of team do you have? Because putting on a festival, man, that is no easy task. Does that add a whole lot of extra work for you in the background, or do you just have a really good core background team?
I've done a really good job of delegating. I've got some really dear friends in Lubbock that are willing to help. So one of my best buds runs the barbecue cook-off. One of my best buds runs the golf tournament, and then one of my best buds runs the silent auction and the live auction we do for cotton farmers and stuff like that. So I've delegated well, but it still does take a lot of work. I'm out there during Cotton Fest parking campers and putting fires out, making sure everybody has a good time. And it's a family-oriented festival. We try to keep it that way, and we allow camping and bring your barbecue pit and all that stuff. And it's just a lot of fun. And thank God the Cook's Garage up there, they've got it all figured out on how to put on shows now, and they've been doing it for 5 or 6 years now. So they've really been a huge help. So yeah, there's a lot involved and a lot of people, and I feel like everyone is working their butts off that week. So it's a long week. For sure.
Uvaldians still have time to make plans. Again, that's going to be April 20th through the 22nd in Lubbock, Cotton Fest, with obviously Wiliam Clark Green, Kevin Fowler, Shenandoah, and our buddies from San Antonio, Kinfo, just to name a few. A lot of other great artists as well. But, okay, now the show this Saturday at House Pasture is along with Jason Boland and the Stragglers. You got a good camaraderie, a good friendship with those guys. Tell me how excited you are to share the bill with those guys.
I mean, I think the second album I ever bought in my life with my own money was Jason Boland's Pearl Snap record. I bought it at Hastings in Houston. I've been a humongous fan for the longest time, and it's always a pleasure sharing the stage with those guys and just watching and singing along, really just drinking beer and pretending like I'm back in high school again. I mean, that was Jason Boland was the guy, still is the guy, and excited to play a show with them for sure. Always a pleasure playing with Jason.
It's got to be a blast when you're on a show with somebody that you're just a fan of, someone that you admire. Give me some examples of some of those shows that you've shared a bill with your heroes.
I mean, it's weird because the older I get, the older I get, the more I become the friends. Like, I still get nervous talking to Boland. I don't know if you've ever been on Boland's bus before, but there's a lot of pollutants in the air on his bus. So... he would be a great candidate for 420 Cotton Fest.
Right.
You should have thought about that. But no, it's just an honor. It's an as a songwriter, especially growing up in the age that I did, listening to those guys and studying their every move and emulating them in every way possible. And it's just such a pleasure to be part of it now. As when you were looking up, and obviously still do look up, but being a part of the scene now, of a scene that I had so much respect for and so much love and passion for as a fan, and to be part of it now is really cool. And also, I'm starting to kind of see that, I'm starting to be the old guy now, so I'm starting to see that with some of the young kids, the way they look up to me, and I probably feel the same way Boland and them feel. It's just like, don't look up to me. It's better than that, So, yeah, it's been a whirlwind. It's been a dream come true. It seems like it just keeps getting better and better, and hopefully the songwriting goes on that path as well. So, looking forward to see what happens next.
Man, well, your spirit sounds so high, man. Congratulations again on your newborn, and it sounds like you're just in a great mood, great spirits, and we look forward to you bringing your energy here to Uvalde County. So again, the show is this Saturday, March 18th, House Pasture, Concan. It's going to be a great time. Get on the Frio River all day. Come enjoy some great Texas country and red dirt by night at House Pasture. And again, one more time for those at home, housepasture.com or roadhousetickets.com. Please check out WilliamClarkGreen.com. I know you got a ton of merch and other cool stuff. Any other stuff for the fans that you might want to mention that's on sale out there that we can grab or get our hands on?
Yeah, we started our own, I guess within my deal, it's outside the Pandhandlers in my business, but we started a beef company, BillGreaseBeef.com, and I'm Cal's born and raised on my farm out in Eastland, Texas, and we've got some merch online on the website. Like I said, it's BillGreaseBeef.com, and you can catch merch at our shows. We'll have merch out there at Concan too, and pretty cool stuff, and not only that, our beef is really good. So we're excited about it, proud of it to launch this year, and I've been selling some beef. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, William, thanks so much for spending some time with us today. Let's go and get back into some music, get back into our concert warm-up. We're just getting geared up for your show, man. So we're going to do another track off Baker Hotel. The latest single is called Anymore. Give us a quick little introduction on this song as to what it's about.
Yeah, I wrote this song with one of my favorites from Crystal City, Texas, Max Stalling, and Zane Williams. The song took a couple years to write. I think this is one of my favorite songs I've ever written. I think it's the best song I've ever written, too. So hats off to those guys. And this song's called Anymore.
We'll check it out. William Clark Green in concert this Saturday with your concert station, uvaldyradio.net. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Robert.